Hi, this is Upall 1975 and there Elliot goes. We're playing in a 4-man party in ranked play in Advanced Warfare in pre-season, I'd like to point out, not even when the season starts, and somebody gets booted offline. I mean, host booting was a major problem in Black Ops 2, but I didn't think it was going to rear its head until at least the season started in Advanced Warfare. But this is what Oliver has to say.
It's just embarrassing that you need to boot to win a fucking game.
And that pretty much sums it up for me. It is kind of embarrassing when people boot people offline to win a video game. It's a hell of a step to go to the trouble of scanning for somebody's IP address, getting a booter, loading it up, logging it in, collecting IP addresses on a laptop, picking an IP address, and then booting that IP address offline. Surely it would just be easier to play a bit, to learn, to get better at the game. But no, people want to take the step of booting. It's so frustrating when you're trying to sit down and have a bit of fun playing in ranked play. Which, let's face it, I'm no great shakes. I know I'm not the best or greatest Call of Duty player in the history of the game, but I have fun playing ranked play. I'm not doing too badly at it, considering certain factors like my age, slow reflexes, various things like that. And I was actually trying something different in this game, which was to use a bow for one, because generally I've been using a submachine gun in hardpoint and playing the hill, just literally staying alive and playing the hill as much as possible. However, I decided, and the others agreed with me, that maybe better if I hang back and use my long range accuracy. Because one of the things about Advanced Warfare is I haven't mastered the movement, which means close-up submachine gun doesn't always suit me. However, I'm still relatively accurate, so I can get a good amount of kills and be useful to my team by getting cut-offs, by being a nuisance, and by slaying. And as you can see, I'm doing a reasonable job in this hardpoint game of slaying. And we're doing a very good job considering we're a man down. As you saw, Elliot's already rejoined the party and he's chatting away to us. And it's very clear that he got booted offline. No way Elliot would leave just for the sake of it. And you can say, it's clear from chatting to him that he got booted. Now there was a sort of 3 or 4 month period in Black Ops 2 where I really ground out league play. I played a lot of games. Afterwards, I just did enough to get into Masters Division and called it quits. But there were about 3 months where I played, for me, a lot of league play games, around 80 to 100 league play games a season, and I ground out and wanted to get a high league play rank. Top 50 in Masters was my aim. I ended up with 21 or 23, I can't remember which. But during that time, my BT home internet was actually being monitored due to a fault. It was an ongoing fault I had. It wasn't really affecting me playing, but I was getting issues with connectivity and being knocked offline. Now, during the time that they were testing my connection, I was knocked offline 256 times. It's almost unbelievable. I was literally booted 256 times in a 3.5 month period that my line was being monitored by BT. Now, these outages, as they're called by BT, lasted anywhere from like a minute to 5 minutes, because basically it was just me resetting my home hub and getting a different IP address and then coming back online. However, it just goes to show you that this booting thing is just hilarious. The amount of it that goes on is just bizarre. It's just quite frightening. Now, a while ago I did do a video called What People Who DDoS Should Know, in which I went into the legal side of it and I went through what the UK law and legislation is regarding directed denial of service attacks. And it is quite interesting, and it is quite frightening how the law treats these sort of attacks. But it is really down to Microsoft and the developers of these games to provide some more protection against these sort of attacks being enacted over their network. I mean, the whole fact that my IP address can be easily gathered from the Xbox Live feed, and then this information in turn could be used to attack my router and knock me and any other poor soul trying to use my internet offline. And it's just something that I feel Microsoft needs to do more about. I mean, I can take some steps to protecting myself, but even with all the steps I can take at home, it's very likely that a persistent denial of service attack against me is going to affect and inhibit my game so much that it's going to either be unplayable or I'm going to get knocked offline. There's very little an end user can do to protect themselves from these sort of attacks. It is really clear to me that as video games become more complex and we get more competitive titles or more competitive modes in games, that we really need to step up the enforcement against people who do denial of service attacks or who aggressively boot people offline. We need to step it up because this problem is not going to get any better, it's just going to get worse. Here I am just denying them a few moments by bouncing around the hard point, and the guy was kind enough to kill me, so I respawned closer to the next one. That's pretty handy.
Dude.
Now, I honestly don't know what Microsoft or the games manufacturers can do to prevent this sort of thing. It may just be a case that the punishments for doing it need to get more severe as a deterrent, but knowing hackers, it's not going to be much of a deterrent. They're never really deterred from anything. The threat of prison doesn't seem to bother them. Maybe the Call of Duty community to do more. I don't know. It's one of those issues that is only going to increase as, like I say, as more games come on console that are played competitively. As there's more ranked play, league play, you know, tournament play, game battles matches, this DDoSing phenomenon is only going to increase. And it is a tragedy. It's just a complete waste of time, and it's such a pain. I can't see what the enjoyment is for people. Do they sit there and think, well, I'm better than you because I can kick you offline? And I've spoken to the few people that do it, and they're unabashed, unashamed. They feel like they're doing nothing wrong and that everyone else would do it just to win a video game. Like I say, it doesn't appeal to me. I prefer to play and I prefer to do well. I mean, certainly I couldn't bring you gameplays of me booting 3 people offline and then going, yeah, we won this search and destroy game because I booted these 3 guys and now I'm just going to pound on this one guy with my 3 teammates and win this game. It just wouldn't work as a gameplay. To me, I can't see how they get any sort of sense of achievement out of it, out of what they're doing. But as you can see, this gameplay is coming to a close, and the 3 of us have gone on to win, despite the person boosting's attempts to win the game through cheating. We managed to win the game, and I think it's probably a case that he was just testing his booter, and had this not been a pre-season game, he probably would have sat there and booted 2-3 of us to guarantee his team victory. But as it's a pre-season game, he just kind of booted one just to check it was all working, ready for when the season starts anew. and you'll get the guys at the top of each division that have 500 or 600 wins in ranked play, but have never actually completed a game. It's so embarrassing. It's such an indictment of the Call of Duty community. But we won. Everyone on my team did really well. It's such a shame for Elliot that he couldn't play this game with us. But Ben and Oliver did very well. And I got 38 kills. Had I known I was that close to a 40 bomb, I might have tried a bit harder in the closing minutes to get more kills. But that's all, and thank you very much for watching.